Hello, hi, my all the lovely and charming students. Let's study today two more important theorems, perpendicular bisector theorem and the converse of perpendicular bisector theorem. Before solving perpendicular bisector theorem or before studying that perpendicular bisector theorem, let's recall this activity which is on your screen now. See, this activity is very simple. Just draw a segment AB of any convenient length and take the midpoint of this AB, suppose M. Here M is the midpoint of segment AB, and draw a line passing through the point M and which is perpendicular to segment AB. Now let's draw a perpendicular bisector. You know how to draw the perpendicular bisector. Take 3/4 of this length AB, cut here and here, again here, and means you have to draw the arcs opposite side of this AB and you will get one perpendicular bisector. So the line L will be the perpendicular bisector of segment AB. Now after that, take any point P on this line L, and when you compare, when you see the distance PA and PB, means when you will measure the distance PA and PB with the divider or with the scale, you will find that this PA and PB is what? Equal. So this observation shows that any point on the perpendicular bisector of a segment, okay, this is perpendicular bisector. On this perpendicular bisector, if any point we are taking, as here P is the point on the perpendicular bisector of a segment, is always equidistant from the endpoints. This distance is what? Equal. So P is the point on the perpendicular bisector and this is equidistant from the endpoints of the segment. And which are the endpoints? A and B. Now let's study the perpendicular bisector theorem. See, part 1. Part 1 means perpendicular bisector theorem. Part 2 is your converse of this theorem. Theorem is every point on the perpendicular bisector of a segment is equidistant from the end points of the segment. So first of all, you have, here is the figure we have drawn. There is one we have drawn one line segment, that is AB. M is the midpoint and there is a perpendicular bisector, and on this perpendicular bisector L we have taken point P, and by joining these two with the end points you have got these two triangles, and now you have to show that this point P is equidistant from the end points, that is PA equals to PB. This you have to prove. Okay, now construction. For that you need construction. Draw segment AP. Here we have to join this AP and BP so that you have got PA and PB. Now after doing this construction, you can see, children, you are getting two triangles. Here see, this is one triangle, this complete is one triangle, and this is also one triangle. So now you have to show that these two triangles are congruent. And you know, to show the triangles congruent, you need three congruent parts of the triangle. So let's see. In triangle PMA and in triangle PMB, segment PM is congruent to segment PM, as PM is the common side. Again, you can see this angle is 90 degree. Angle PMA and PMB is 90 degree. Each is a right angle, or you can write each 90 degree as there is a perpendicular. Now again AM, segment AM is congruent to segment BM, as this is given, means M is the midpoint of AB. Now as three congruent parts over, therefore triangle PMA is congruent to triangle PMB by what test? You can see side angle side, by SAS test. Now you know, children, once the triangle is congruent, its remaining part also congruent. So you can take segment PA is congruent to segment PB, as this segment PA and PB belongs to this congruent triangle. segment PB, and here what will be the reason? CSCT, corresponding side of congruent triangle. So if the segments are congruent, that is PA equals to PB, and hence proved. This only you have to prove that every point on the perpendicular bisector of a segment, means P is the point on the perpendicular bisector which is now equidistant from the end points, that is PA equals to PB. So this is how we can write the steps of perpendicular bisector theorem. Okay, now let's understand the converse of this theorem, that is part 2. Let's see. Any point equidistant from the end point of a segment lies on the perpendicular bisector of the segment. So what is given part here? Given part is that the point which is equidistant from the end point of the segment. Here see the figure. Here P is the point which is equidistant from the end point of the segment, means you have given PA equal to PB. Now you have to show that this point P lies on the perpendicular bisector of the segment. Means you have to show that this PM is perpendicular bisector of segment AB. Then only this P is the point on the perpendicular bisector of segment AB. Okay, so this you have to prove. Now let's do construction. Take point M of segment AB, as M is the midpoint which is on the perpendicular. So this distance is equal, means length AM equal to BM. Okay. Now let's start. As you can see here also we have two triangles. One triangle is PAM and PBM. Now you have to show these two triangles are congruent. Here segment PA is congruent to segment PB, and here the reason is what? Given. This is given now. See what is given? PA equals to PB, as PE is equidistant from the endpoints. Okay. Now AM, segment AM is congruent to segment BM. This is also what? Given. Now you can see side PM is congruent to side PM. PM belongs to both the triangles. So this is the common side. Now all the three parts over. Now the triangles which you have taken PAM and PBM is congruent by side test. So by SSS the triangles are congruent. Now let's take the remaining congruent part of this triangle which you want. We want angle PMA is congruent to angle PMB, and the reason is CACT. Okay. But you can see children, this PMA and PMB are linear pair. Yes or not? See, angle, these are linear pair angles. So angle PMA plus PMB equals to what? 180 degree, as they are linear pairs. So this PMA will be as it is. This PMB can be written as PMA. Just we have proved here. Here we have na CACT that PMA and PMB are equal. So in place of PMB you will write PMA equals to 180. So PMA plus PMA is equal to 2 times angle PMA is equal to what? 180. And this angle PMA is equal to 180 by 2 is equal to 90 degree. See children, here in place of here as I have changed this PMB is equal to PMA, you can write in place of PMA is equal to PMB also. So and this will remain as it is, and that time you will get angle PMB is equal to 90 degree. Both are same. Any you can go with any. Okay. So now you have got angle PMA is equal to 90 degree. So it shows that segment PM is perpendicular to segment AB. But you can see M is the midpoint. M is what? M is the midpoint of segment AB. This we have in the construction. So here you will write construction by construction. Okay. So but M is the midpoint of segment AB. Therefore, line PM is the perpendicular bisector of segment AB. So you can say now that point P is on the perpendicular bisector of segment AB. Got it? So see here again, as we have got PM is perpendicular to AB, but we have M is the midpoint of segment AB. So line PM is the perpendicular bisector of AB. It means P lies on the perpendicular bisector of segment AB. So this part 2 is nothing but converse of perpendicular bisector theorem. So I hope children you understood both these theorems. These theorems are easy. The theorem you understood very well. Okay. So keep watching. Till then, goodbye. Have a nice day.